Traditionalist in Osun breaks silence over COAS Lagbaja's death, says it is not natural, spirits can be invoked for revenge. Okay. Now to the news info. Traditionalists in Osun State have declared the death of the late Chief of Army Staff as unnatural and are seeking to perform spiritual rites for vengeance. Called for the federal government to release his body for spiritual rites. You want to collect the body of a Chief of Army Staff for spiritual rites. Okay, now let's see how that goes. Spiritualists in his hometown of Vilobo, Irekpodun local government area declared that the spirit of the late army chief could be invoked for revenge against those connected to his early passing. Community leader and spiritualist in Ilobo will insist that those responsible for his death will face consequences. Awopegba Ifagbemi, who spoke to Sunday Tribune about his passing on Saturday, the town's residents are still grieving and are begging the federal government to release Lagbaja's body so they can continue their spiritual practice. According to Awopegba, the town's traditionalist has already convened to debate the development and the execution of the ceremonies, but he refused to go into any detail about the rites. In a similar spirit, a town community leader, Alhaji Dauda Taofik, insisted that Lagbaja's death was not natural and that the murderers would not escape punishment. Lagbaja's passing, according to Alhaji Dauda, was a devastating blow to the nation, the state, and the community. Investigation also showed that the authorities had closed down some complexes constructed by the deceased military officer. One of them, a shopping center he constructed and leased to residents of Osogbo's Aregbe neighborhood. The state capital has been closed down since on Friday. So why are they doing that? Why are they closing down his building just because he's dead now? So many politics in play. According to Sunday Tribune, the shopping complex, the place was deserted as occupants of the place had locked up their shops, while some shop owners around the complex also stayed away the business premises in honor of the departed soldier. Oba Ashiru Olatoye Olaniyan, the traditional ruler of the general's hometown, told the Sunday Tribune in an interview that his death was a generational calamity for everyone in the community. He asked the federal government to release the late soldier's body so that he may be buried in his hometown. We have suffered a tremendous loss. What transpired was a generational calamity for us as people. I doubt if they are going to release his body because soldiers and armies, if they belong to what's it called, to the government now, as in when they die, it is the soldiers that will bury them. So I doubt if they are going to release his body to his traditional rulers. I really doubt that. He abandoned us while we were delighted because God had answered our prayers. Wednesday had been one of our worst days for our town during the last 50 years, dating back to my accession to the throne. He loved the community and was concerned about its development. But what transpired demonstrates God's dominance. We prayed and fasted, but God's will was for him to die. Only God can console us. No amount of condolences will satisfy us. As a community, we understand what we have lost. I simply hope to God to protect his family and the neighborhood. We don't want this to continue in Lobo, and I believe God has heard our prayers, he stated. It is well. It would really be a sad thing if he was actually killed because of fighting over lands and properties. It is really a bad thing. I hope that his soul rests in perfect peace. John Addo says, it is a pity how I wish he gave his life to Jesus Christ. He would have been protected from the diabolical juju meme. A man without Jesus has no divine protection. Even witches and wizards can kill him. General Lagbaja, it is a pity you died like that. How do you know he has not given his life to Jesus Christ? Red X Sawa says the late general was not only a Christian but also a pastor. Go and make your findings. Some people just come online and just make conclusions about people's lives as if you are monitoring them, or at least, or you think that everybody in politics are bad people. It is the bad ones that have spoiled the good ones. Don't know. The man was a pastor before he died. So pastors too, they see tribulations, they see a whole lot of things. And they can be tempted, they can be killed as well. It is very possible. Even with all the protection of God and everything, bad things might still happen to them. Pastor Debayo, didn't he lose his son? Was his son not a pastor? So people should stop judging people based on the fact that you think they don't know Christ or they know Christ. Please, I beg. Wrong leaders in Nigeria says, but it is a shame that Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of the whole Nigeria from Yoruba land did not have prevention juju or just die like chicken. You faced many bullets in war front, you survived it. How come you can't detect poison in your intakes? What a pity. Okay, now the way some people talk, they deserve slap. The very second his death was announced, my first word is that he needed autopsy. All his staff, both home and office, should be investigated. This very humbled man was poisoned by people around him. That is the meaning that if the death outside does not kill you, it is the one inside that will kill you. It is the people that you trust that will do something bad to you, and it will affect you because all your ajesara or whatever it is that you have eaten, you would have lost guard and say, oh, these are my people, these are the people that I trust, but they are still the ones that killed you. It is, and who says that he was killed safe? Who knows? Maybe it was natural. We don't know. Ben Seabono says, terrible English. Traditional break silence. No, wrong English tense. Traditionalist is plural and can only be followed by break. Traditionalist break silence, not break silence. Okay, English teacher, we have heard you. Eze London says, Tinubu retire a senior to make him chief of army staff. What did you think will happen? Exactly. I thought about that too, but it is well. White Speaker says, where were you when he was sick? The powers you claim to have cannot heal him, but to invoke his spirit for event, just listen to yourself. Abio, all these traditionalists, you didn't try every means possible to make sure that he was healed from the spiritual attack or anything. You didn't do anything about it, but now that he's dead, you want to be doing rituals or whatever. I'm sure that the army, they will not release his body because he belongs to them. Soccer Punch says, nonsense. Why did you guys not detect the poison on time? And what did you do after the poison or Abina Juju meant only to place cause when person don't die? Abi, you didn't see solution to the problem. It is after he has died now that you are looking for solutions, as if you are not happy that he's dead. Pretenders. Aoyemi Patrick Tai says, the traditionalists in Ilubu should let the gentle soul rest in peace. Ola says, the COS has died while our English teacher is here complaining about tenses. Now, wow, Nariwa. Correcting us. Tunde Adeagbo says, Lagbaja was a devout Christian. We should be very careful of whatever comments we make. What happened to him was God's will, even if it was unnatural. God permitted it. Let's be guided. Abi? Awole Ego said, it is clear he lived well with his people. They should use every means to avenge his death if he was really killed by his enemies. If there are some other ways to avenge his death, not to be invoking somebody's spirit now, he will not sleep in peace. I beg, let him go and rest in peace. Because if you invoke his spirit now, he will be wandering around and looking for the people that killed him. I beg. That means he will not rest in peace. So they should allow the man to rest in peace after all the problems he has faced in this life. I beg. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.